What's up everyone and welcome back to Reload Reacts episode 48. My name is Trey and today we are going to look through r/ChoosingBeggars, the subreddit for those that have their cake and are insistent on eating it too. This first post is by Leah Orr. Renter want an equity in my house? I bought my first house straight out of college in the early 90s, still can't believe how cheap it was, and was looking for roommates. An old high school friend was interested, and even though I was charging her well below market rent, $200 per month plus shared utilities, she had the nerve to ask how much I would pay her when I finally sold the house. Excuse me? She explained that since she'd be helping with the house payments, she should benefit from the eventual home sale. I laughed and told her that's not how it worked. I asked her how many previous landlords had done that. She reluctantly accepted my offer. She lived with me for less than a year, along with their horrible dog that bit me multiple times and peed in the basement. She couldn't afford rent for the last few months she was with me, and I finally kicked her out when one day she showed me over $100 of Barbie clothes she had bought for her collection. I was so mad that she prioritized freaking Barbie clothes over paying her own rent that was months overdue. After she moved out, I fielded calls for years from debt collectors trying to track her down. What is that? The priorities on this person's insane. How do you prioritize toys? Or in her case, she'd probably say no, it's figurines. How do you prioritize figurines over overdue rent? That's insane. This next post is by Simon the Cat 33. I need food for my baby. Just give me the money and I will purchase it. Years ago, I'm sitting in a restaurant with my girlfriend eating lunch. We were sitting at a table in the window with the sidewalk right outside. A lady rolled up with a baby in a stroller and with hand gestures indicated that she was looking for food for her baby. My girlfriend said she'd be right back and grabbed her purse and went outside and started talking to the lady. She and the mother got into an increasingly heated conversation. Before I knew it, the mother jumped on my girlfriend and a fight ensued. I rushed outside to separate them. The mother walked off pushing the stroller, yelling and cursing at my girlfriend as I led her back into the restaurant. When I asked her what happened, she told me that she offered to walk down to the store one block down and buy that lady as much baby food as she wanted for her child. The lady kept insisting that she just needed the cash and would buy it herself. When my girlfriend wouldn't go along, the mother jumped at her and started swinging. Even though my girlfriend decided that the lady wanted money for drugs or alcohol, it shocked her that this lady wouldn't let someone stock her up on baby food regardless. Wow. That's crazy, using your own child to buy illicit substances. And the child might actually need food too, which is the most insane part of that. Okay, this one is by Okie Dokie OK4. Sure, why not? Can you buy me McDonald's? And while you're at it, get me a Safeway gift card? That sums up the experience pretty much, lol. Used to live in Nova, and was meeting up with friends at a restaurant in DC on a cold January morning. If you know about DC, which I certainly do not as an Australian, then you know that despite some of the affluence, there are plenty of homeless folk who need help. So here I am, first to arrive and the restaurant hasn't opened yet. No worries, I'll doom scroll while I wait outside. A homeless lady walks up, asking if anyone will buy her some McDonald's. The 6 or so other people in front of me say nothing or avoid eye contact, smart, and I tell her I can't help. She leaves and continues to ask several other people a few feet away, who also ignore or avoid her altogether. Probably feeling self-righteous, I'm thinking, look at these rich Fs waiting in line to drop like $100, but no one stepping up to buy this lady a light meal. So I go back to her and ask her where the McDonald's is, so we can get something to eat. She's excited and I'm giving myself a pat on the back. We walk and talk and she tells me her name's Patricia, my mum's name. She seems a little cookie, but overall alright. We get to the McDonald's and I tell her she can get whatever she wants. I'm thinking she'll pick like a $2 item, and that's where I effed up. She orders the most expensive breakfast, LMAO. It was like the steak bagel combo or something, which was closer to $10. She asks if she can get another for later. Embarrassed, flushed emoji, stressing emoji. So I tell her, sure. In for a penny, in for a pound type of thing. Across the street is a Safeway, so Pat goes, let's stop at Safeway, can you get me more food? I don't know why, but I look at the cashier as if expecting to get me out of this now. I let Pat know that I gotta head back to the restaurant. She asks, well, can you get me a gift card instead then? I just make my way to the door, tell her I hope she enjoys her meal and scurry on out. Well, she tried it though, can't be too mad at her. This next post is by Marked for Pie. Not long enough. The love of my life is a wonderful person with a huge heart. Unfortunately, sometimes it is his downfall. He has a group of close friends who have all been together since middle school. One of his friends, Mac, is a nice guy, but a little strange. He has some mental health issues, but when he is on medication he is fine. However, he will be doing well for a while and decide he doesn't need his medication anymore and things go downhill quickly. A while ago, he went off his medication and ended up losing his job and being evicted. Being that, he has been friends with my man for over 18 years when we stepped in to help him. He decided he wanted to move closer to his family, and we paid for him to go, and agreed to move his things and store them for him until he got back on his feet. He left and did not communicate with us much. Then a few weeks ago, we found out he was moving back. He reached out and told us he had a place to stay, but asked if we could pick him up from the bus stop and take him there. We were having work done on our house and he volunteered to stay with us, while the work was completed so we could go to work. It was a win-win situation. As the time approached, we learned more about the situation. He had apparently been homeless for months, and had managed to save up enough for a bus ticket to come back. He was going to be couch surfing with his friend for a few weeks until he found more stable housing. My fiance asked me if we could let him stay with us for a few months until he got back on his feet, and we would help him. I agreed because I love my fiance. I picked Mac up and explained that he could stay with us for 3 to 6 months for free, and we would help him get a certification and a job so he could get stable. He was overjoyed. We were apprehensive but willing to help because we care about him. In the midst of all this, I was moving in with my fiance into our new house. I lived an hour away and he came down with Mac. Then my fiance spoke with him on the drive to iron out the details. And that's when it all went to hell. They arrived and I could tell Mac was upset. I asked what was wrong and he said nothing and left. My fiance then gave me the real story. He was talking with Mac about how we were going to help him, and Mac started talking about how great it was that we would support him while he finished his degree. My fiance asked how long he had left. Mac said it would only take him about 2 years to finish. My fiance explained that we were only offering 3 to 6 months, and he would need to get a job to pay for his own needs, but we wouldn't charge him rent or anything. Apparently that wasn't good enough. He wanted 2 years and us to support him. When we explained that wasn't going to happen, he became angry and left, and that was the last time we saw him. For all we know, he is still wandering the streets in my old town. He blocked us when he left and said that we were not his friends because we weren't supporting him. We still have his stuff in our garage. Wow, that was a very quick 180. That was really surprising. This next post is by the Salty Gent 81. Sure, I'll pay for your gas. A few years ago, my sister asked if she could borrow my car to drive approximately 280 miles round trip. I had an older Toyota Corolla and she had a gas-guzzling SUV tank. I said, sure, let me fill up the tank and you can just refill it when you're back. She laughs at me and tells me, what's the point of taking your car if I have to fill it up? I said, no, You only have to replace the gas you use. She was so offended, she took the truck. Like, WTF? The top comment reads, "How are you raised by the same parents?" I 100% agree with that. What? Such different mindsets, what? This next post is by Homie Hustle. I'd forgotten about this one. Several years ago, a woman came to my church in the nursing home where I was, as one may expect, nursing my child. She said she didn't have any nursing age children, hers were in childcare and she was enjoying the child-free time. Anyway, as one does in nursing rooms, we talked a bit and then her whole story came out. She had left her abusive husband and was on her own, and they had come to the church for groceries. We had a grocery bag program once a week that one of the pastors managed, because they didn't have any food. She ended up crying, I ended up crying, I prayed with/for her and offered to bring her to aforementioned pastor. The pastor in question ended up telling her that they couldn't help her. They only gave out food once a week. Frankly, I was kind of shocked at the response. Anyway, I offered to buy her groceries. She said thank you and gave me her phone number and address, and I got a post of the necessities. My husband and I and our kids went to the store and bought groceries, and saw some toys in an aisle and grabbed some for our kids. It wasn't an outlandish list. Diapers, milk, cereal, wipes, bread, etc. We got to her place to drop off everything, and I walked into her apartment and was hit by a wave of heat. There were toys all over the floor, relatively nice ones, and kids were easy underwhelmed by the ones we had picked up for them. I put the groceries, $120 worth pre-pandemic, on her table and wished her well, and then, man, I really wish I had someone to help with my bills. The electricity bill is so expensive. My first thought was literally, if you didn't heat your apartment like it was the surface of the sun, seriously, had to be about 80 degrees in there, the bill would be less. What I ended up saying was that both electric and gas companies had assistance programs she could apply for to help with her bills, and then I got out of there as fast as I could. I've thought about her a lot, on and off since then, because I think she really did need help, but the expectation that I would help pay her bills as well as her groceries really gets me. I don't wish her ill, but I still wonder if that was an ambush from the start. I don't know. This next post is by Lumpy Square 2365. Pay me $300 to watch my cats while I'm out of town. Looking to rent out my room in a very short-term agreement. 1 week exactly, 7 days, not a day after. $350 for 1 week, everything included, no pets at all. Stays while I'm out of town will be for $300 a week for help with feeding the cats. You will have the whole house to yourself. Must be a trustworthy person. I have gone through over 100 roommates in a lifetime, and why is it always hard to kick someone out? You will have to sign a contract, no consecutive stays either. If you're homeless, I'm sorry, I have been homeless too, but I have never not paid rent or tried to stay somewhere extraordinary over my time. My boyfriend at the time before I went homeless didn't tell me he wasn't paying the rent, and all of our S got thrown into our dumpster. Life's tough, but don't make it harder on someone else who's trying to help you. I want to travel more and need someone to house sit. I'm also financially struggling with my... No. You cannot have I want to travel more and also I am financially struggling in the same paragraph. That's so bad. I am also financially struggling with my business and can use the extra cash. I don't mind helping people out, but I don't want this to turn into something bad or something I may regret. Please only refer this leasing offer to well-rounded people. Comments below for questions or if you're interested. Couples are okay if y'all don't fight, but absolutely no kids or pets. Everything is completely furnished and equipped. Hell, I don't even care if you eat some of my food, but it would be polite to ask. Artists are welcome. I am creating a work studio space for multimedia artists. Multimedia artists. I would love collaborate with someone. Please throw this out there to anyone who is a genuinely kind person in need of housing or a gateway, extend stay for the in-laws, or even just a space where you can get away for the week and have a change in environment. I'm a pretty open person and you must be open to my lifestyle as well. We are all grown adults here, or at least should be. Thanks for reading. Remember, 1 week stay only. And let's see what the comments have to say about that. Wow, I've had you on Facebook for a long time and always considered you an honest person. You really want someone to pay you to watch your house and animals for a week? You should probably delete this, dude, before someone starts sharing it on Jack's groups. P.S. I do pet/house sitting as a side gig. I don't charge much for trustworthy people. I have no idea where you're coming up with this idea and I really hope you're joking. Someone else said, hold on, did I read this right? And you want someone to pay you $300 to stay at your house and take care of your pets and your stuff for a week? You do realize that typically people pay for house/pet sitting, not the other way around. This is absurd. This isn't a lease, this is a rip-off. This would be you taking advantage of someone probably experiencing housing insecurity. Honestly despicable. This is absurd and I sure hope no one puts themselves in this awful situation. Shame on you. Someone here just says, are you on crack? This is hilarious. OP replied, go away, troll. Remember that if you're homeless, you don't have $300 a week to pay for rent, nor take care of your cat's needs. You're definitely not going to be able to move that same week. Either you are an idiot or completely apathetic and ignorant to the reality of our world. Go ahead and post that with a third-party company. I think it's the taking care of pets part, bro. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're literally asking someone to pay you to house sit while you're away. There's a difference between renting out your space and charging someone to stay in your home and take care of your pets, etc. Nobody renting on Airbnb is expected to take care of house pets. Pay you $300 a week to take care of your house? I'm confused, lol. My rent is $500 a month. And when I house sit for people, they usually pay me, LOAO. I don't understand. You're essentially asking for a live-in pet sitter, but they'll pay you? I have a friend that pet sits and watches houses if you need, but obviously you would pay her. I can get $300 posting it on Airbnb. I am offer for someone to live at my house for a week, and a discount if I go out of town. I know I would prefer to have a house to myself rather than dealing with a roommate. That's great, your rent is $500 a month, but I live in Florida where it starts at $1,200. Completely furnished, no utilities. Pretty practical here. I'm going out of town and paying someone to feed my cats. But it's different than living with someone. Y'all obviously don't understand the concept. Is $50 a night a good deal to stay at a motel? No kitchen, roaches, noisy neighbours. I'm offering this to people who are in a desperate need of temporary housing, or people who want to visit for a week and not pay an arm and a leg for a hotel room. Please don't take this the wrong way. See more? No thanks. Someone replies, you should probably do the Airbnb thing, cause what you're posting here is a complete scam. This is embarrassing, bro. Well, with that outlandish one, I think we're going to end it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stories in r/ChoosingBeggars. Let me know what you'd like to listen to next in the comment section below, and also please consider hitting that subscribe button with your middle finger on your right hand, because I post new Reddit content every single day. There are 2 videos currently on the screen, one of which is for the most recent video, and the other is for a video the YouTube algorithm thinks you'll want to watch next. My name is Trey, this was Reload Reacts, and I will see you in the next video.